Randy Orton has apparently been advised to never wrestle again. Elsewhere, WWE have tried a new strategy on last week's SmackDown, and a top AEW star has confirmed that they'll be there at All In. More on that in this video. Hello everyone, Jack and Ross from Cultaholic back again with the wrestling news. Starting off with potentially sad news, although it's kind of unclear, I suppose, what's going to happen because of this. Bob Orton Jr., Cowboy Bob.
Cast Cowboy Bob.
WrestleMania 1 and all that. He's been talking to Bill Apter about Randy Orton, his son, his wrestling status. What's he been saying, Ross?
He's training, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if he feels like he's going back. If he feels like he's ready to go back, I think he might. Then again, he's pretty well taken care of. I don't think he needs to, and I think the doctors have told him not to, which is the crucial part, I think. But Randy's going to do what Randy is going to do. He always does. Doctors be damned.
Yeah.
That's me adding a little bit of accoutrement on there. Okay. That's not what Cowboy Bob said.
And not official advice from Cultaholic either. But this is why I think it's a bit unclear, because he's just kind of slipped that in the middle, even though it's kind of the crucial part of what he's talking about there. He thinks the doctors have told Randy not to wrestle again, but Randy's going to do what he wants.
Yeah.
Do you think, given the fact that he kind of went away without much fanfare and hasn't been seen for a lot longer than people thought, I think this might actually be quite true.
Yeah, it's absolutely. We've seen it before, obviously, with the likes of Edge and Daniel Bryan and Paige down the years, and they've got the doctor's note in one hand, and they've gone, well, that's what the state of play is. We have to take out the ring for a long time, and then eventually, of course, they've wound their way back up in there. But yeah, the fact he has been gone for a year this week, it was when him and Riddle had that big tag team title match against the Usos on SmackDown, and they got screwed. So that was a year ago this week. It's just that isn't a good sign. But then again, over the past 23 years, he hasn't done too bad, has he, Randy Orton?
No, not at all. There was a rumour of a return for Randy around WrestleMania time, but speculation was quashed by WWE via the Wrestling Observer.
Because he ordered new boots, didn't he? Which would harken back to Cowboy Bob's thing about he's training again. So he's training in the ring, we don't know where. I assume Cash Wheeler will be involved.
He's always there.
He loves training older lads to come back to the ring like Edge and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know, you don't want to see him get forced back in then. I don't think he will be. Just do what the body wants. Do what's best for the body. Yeah,
absolutely. Flashing back now a few days to last week's SmackDown, which opened in slightly strange fashion. Not in terms of the match in question, which was a big, exciting match. It was the first triple threat of the SmackDown side of the bracket for the new World Heavyweight Championship. Edge, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles. But only one of them got an entrance on TV, Ross.
This is Rampage, baby. Yeah. WWE have been massive copycats, because while Edge's entrance took place on the live SmackDown broadcast on the television, AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio's entrances took place on social media, much like AEW have done for a long old while with AEW Rampage. Does this matter? I don't know.
I don't know either, and I worried that because AEW have only done it with Rampage, which at the moment, at least, is very much their secondary show. Yeah. It could even be their tertiary show.
It is in end of June, yeah, it will be.
But they don't do that on Dynamite, though. No. And I'm worried that does this make SmackDown, which WWE are keen to present the two brands as equals, does it make SmackDown look a little bit more small time than Raw?
Oh, I don't know. Just because of the Fox money, is SmackDown not the flagship now?
Yeah, possibly. But it's only 2 hours compared to 3.
The crucial detail is that WWE are copycats, and AEW were innovators in the social media entrance game.
Yes. Oh, no.
It did work, though, Jack. We should take it. It garnered over 350,000 views on Twitter, which apparently they're going to use now going forward as like the show started, and now you better not forget on sort of social media. Well,
we'll have to see tonight if they do it on Raw as well, which will see matches such as The Miz versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Liv and Raquel defending those women's tag team titles against Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville, Becky Lynch addressing Trish Stratus after she was kind of robbed of the opportunity to last week, and a battle royal to decide Gunther's next contender for the IC title.
Who is that going to be?
I don't know, but the reason just a few seconds ago that I went, oh no, is because I saw the next story,
It's terrible.
It's really scary. At the NXT live event in Sebring, Florida, apologies if I've pronounced Sebring wrong.
That's a car, isn't it?
Yeah, Danny Palmer was attacked from behind by the mystery figure, maybe the one who took out Sol Ruka a few weeks ago. You think it's Nikita Lyons?
No, I think the one who also took out Nikita as well. Yeah.
Yes.
She's on a rampage, this lady.
So for those who don't watch NXT, why? But also there's been attacks specifically on members of the women's roster.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that it's a member of the women's roster who's looking to leapfrog ahead of them in the queue, maybe.
I mean, I hope it wasn't a fella.
Well, no, obviously. But I just mean, try to look at a possible motive though. Like maybe it's someone trying to, like when Rikishi did it for The Rock, because Austin was out of the picture. The Rock could rise up and stuff.
We did it for Tiffy Strats.
Right, exactly.
Something like that. But there was a little vignette, wasn't there? Was it last week? Not last week, but the week before, where there was sort of like...
The screens.
Yeah, and blurry imagery of the attacks that had taken place previously. Nothing was given away as to who was watching it, but somebody was.
In a
it was
hoodie,
one person,
hoodie.
It rolled the balaclava, all that sort of stuff. We can't wait to see who it is on this week's NXT, potentially.
I think it's interesting that they've done this at a live event, though. Like, they've branched out just from it happening on episodic TV, and they've gone, no, we'll include that in the live event as well. Presumably the crowd all went, we know what's going on
here. It's equally as big as when Samoa Joe won the NXT title at a live event.
Yes.
Equally as big.
Continuing NXT's proud tradition of major things happening on live events. Elsewhere, Becky Lynch has been talking to Mark Andrews, the wrestler Mark Andrews. Mandrews.
Not the cabaret singer.
No, not the famous cabaret singer Mark Andrews.
That only people who went to the Cultaholic Christmas/summer parties will know about. I don't know why I said that on this video.
He's a fantastic talent, though. But Becky Lynch has been chatting to Mark Andrews, the wrestler, on his BBC podcast, My Love Letter to Wrestling. And revealed two ambitions she has in her wrestling career. One, wrestle Beth Phoenix. Fair enough.
Wow, I would like to do that as well.
Bit of a hero of hers, presumably, and a very good wrestler indeed.
Yeah.
Ambition.
A jam-up guy, is that? El Dandy, Beth Phoenix.
Ambition number 2, win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Becky Lynch saying that she's only ever been the second last person in the match, the runner-up. I know the Money in the Bank ladder match doesn't officially have runners-up, but the one who gets screwed at the end.
Yeah.
And she wants to win the Money in the Bank ladder match, which you'd think is a bit unusual because she's done all the things that people typically do after they've won the Money in the Bank.
It'll just be for the graphic when she retires. Champion, Royal Rumble, Money in the Bank, everything's been ticked off.
Do you think that she's got, it's hard to tell with the ever-shifting landscape of professional wrestling, but do you think she's got a decent chance this year of winning the Money in the Bank ladder match?
Potentially, yeah, because she's not in the tippy-top title picture, is she? But then again, Trish Stratus might screw her. I think we're on the way to SummerSlam with that one, potentially.
I was going to say, I think that maybe Becky Lynch will win the Money in the Bank ladder match to get a match at the old Wembley. I know she's Irish, not British, but she's going to have a huge
old Wembley?
At the new Wembley.
Wembley?
The old Wembley. Oh, no, wait.
She's in WWE, Jack.
Money in the Bank is...
Money in
the Bank is the one that's happening there.
At the O2.
Oh, yeah, the O2, not Wembley. What have I done?
Becky Lynch All In confirmed.
No, that's not what I'm saying. And finally, an AEW star has confirmed his All In status, and it's a big one, Ross.
It's MJF, everybody. The AEW World title will be at Wembley in London. He commented on All In's video on AEW's Twitter, saying, "It doesn't get me excited. I'm glad everybody else is. I'd rather die than have to go over there, but I'm sure that Tony Khan is going to make me because he sucks."
I think he's
all
scared.
The wrestlers hate Tony Khan.
They really do.
We saw Miro and Thunder Rosa going into his office last week. MJF now. CM Punk probably hates him as well.
Yeah, well, he hates him. I think MJF's scared.
Of who? Who's he going to face?
The English. I just mean he's scared to come over here because he can't take the
straight out of spoons into the ring. That's how we do it in England.
He said also, every single show we put on is the best because we have the best talent pool, we have the highest energy crowds, and we have the biggest star of them all, himself, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. It's the one show you need to go to because what we're doing is we're making history. So now he's being the company guy. He's gone, I hate Tony, but I will plug the show.
Yeah,
it makes him look like a better champion.
Of course it does. Meltzer's got a massive boner for a British wrestler taking on MJF in the main event. Who's it going to be?
Well, last week on the podcast, Matthew was hugely... You had to leave quite early on. Not quite early. I'm so sorry. That sounds really awful.
3/4 of the way.
You had to leave slightly before the end of the podcast. You had to leave minutes after the start. Yeah. No, but Matthew was hugely in favour of it being Pac.
I would not be against that.
Matthew's confused Newcastle, though, for England. I think he was like, who would they get right behind? Oh, it would be Pac.
It's not Michael Cole. Newcastle's a mining town 3 miles north of London.
But I think Pac would be a good answer, though. He's probably right.
Yeah, I don't think it needs Ospreay, because that's the one Meltzer seems to have a massive,
It would be good, but Pac's an AEW wrestler.
Yeah.
Ospreay's more of a New Japan wrestler.
Yeah, and I don't think Meltzer thinks Ospreay's name over here is a lot bigger than it is.
I think he thinks wrestling's a lot bigger than it is. Yeah.
It's not at all. We're the only ones who like it.
Thanks for watching this video, and leave your thoughts and opinions in that comment section down below. We'll be back later on today as well with more news. I've been Jack, this has been Ross, and we'll see you very soon.